Hello and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's begin with today's top stories. Post-elections, petrol diesel prices must increase by 15 per litre. India to resume international passenger flights from March 27. Indian student joins Ukrainian force to fight against Russia. Despite pleas, safe passage of Indian students in Sumy didn't work out. India to UNSC. Russian troops march closer, Zelenskyy says he is in Kyiv and not running out. Russian military occupied base in southeast Ukraine with military equipment. Petrol and diesel prices are likely to increase by rupees 15 per litre for fuel retailers to break even, industry experts told on Monday, as oil companies plan to reduce losses accumulated from keeping rates steady in the run up to elections in 5 states, including Uttar Pradesh. Oil costs are also looking to offset rising international prices that have skyrocketed as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. These have touched a 13-year high of US $140 per barrel with Brent crude, at one point at over US $139 per barrel. And to compound matters, the rupee tumbled to a lifetime low of 76.96 against the US dollar. The previous low was 76.90 in April 2020, when the COVID pandemic was beginning. International passenger flight operations will resume in India from March 27, over 2 years after being suspended over the coronavirus pandemic, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation said on Tuesday. Increased vaccination coverage globally has the suspension was last extended on February 28 this year. Regular scheduled international flight operations to and from India was suspended on March 23, 2020 in an attempt to arrest the rapid spread of the novel coronavirus. However, special international flights were operated under the center's mammoth repatriation effort, Vande Bharat mission, from May 2020 and under the bilateral air bubble. Arrangements with select countries since July 2020 were also made. India formed air bubble pacts with around 32 countries including the US, the UK and the UAE, Kenya, Bhutan and France. A 20-year-old student, Senikesh Ravichandran from Coimbatore district in Tamil Nadu, has joined the paramilitary forces in Ukraine to fight against Russia. Ravichandran was rejected by the Indian Army twice. Now, as the conflict between Russia and Ukraine is at its peak, the aerospace engineer student has taken up arms in support of Ukraine as part of the Georgian National Legion paramilitary unit. Senikesh went to Ukraine to study at the National Aerospace University in Kyiv in 2018 and was to complete his course in July 2022. After seeking the embassy's help, his parents were able to contact Senikesh. He informed his family that he had joined the Ukrainian military forces to fight against Russia and refused to return back to India. Despite pleas, safe passage for our students, India's ambassador to the United Nations, T.S. Tirumurthy, said that despite the best efforts to convince both Russia and Ukraine, a safe corridor for stranded Indian students in Sumy could not be created. Speaking at an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council on the humanitarian crisis sparked by Russians, the invasion of Ukraine, Tirumurthy said India has demanded safe and uninterrupted passage for all innocent civilians and its nationals from Ukraine. Tirumurthy said it is important that humanitarian action is always guided by the principles of neutrality, impartiality and independence. We have managed to facilitate the safe return of over 20,000 Indians from Ukraine, the ambassador said, adding India has helped citizens from other countries in their evacuation from the war-torn nation. As Russian forces inched closer to the capital Kyiv, Ukraine President Zelenskyy on Monday gave details of the location from where he has been working since the military onslaught began about 2 weeks ago. In an 8-minute video, Zelenskyy said he is staying in Kyiv and working with his team to defend his country. On Bankova Street, I am not hiding and I am not afraid of anyone as much as it takes to win this patriotic war of ours, he wrote in the caption along with the video. Zelenskyy, who was a comic before taking office in 2018, also pointed the camera outside the window to show that what appeared to be nighttime in Kyiv and showed the Gorodisky house, a historic building that sits across the street from his office. The video has been posted on Instagram through his official handle and comes amid speculation that he has fled to Poland with his family. Meanwhile, Zelenskyy has charged the Western countries with not making a decision to enforce a no-fly zone over Ukraine, even as the war rages on for the 13th day. As far as other countries are concerned, on Tuesday, British Defence Minister Ben Wallace said that if Poland decide to provide Ukraine with fighter jets, the UK would support it, but warned that doing so could have direct consequences for Poland. Adding, Wallace said, I would support the Poles in whatever decision they make, adding that the UK could not provide Ukrainians with aircraft. We'll protect Poland and assist them with whatever they require. Poland will realize that the decisions it makes will not only directly benefit Ukraine, which is a good thing, but they will also put them in direct conflict with countries like Russia and Belarus. As per the latest updates regarding Russia-Ukraine crisis, the Putin army has entered the 13th day with witnesses claiming that the Russian military has occupied a base abandoned by Ukrainian security forces on the outskirts of Berdyansk in southeast Ukraine, with military equipment, artillery and fuel depot. On Monday, Russia had announced yet another temporary ceasefire and the establishment of safe corridors to allow civilians to flee the besieged Ukrainian cities of Kyiv, Mariupol, Kharkiv and Sumy. However, Vladimir Putin's forces continued to launch a few Ukrainian cities with rockets and fierce fights continued elsewhere. Russian forces bombed a residential neighborhood in Sumy in the early hours on March 8, in which 21 civilians, including 2 children, killed in Russian attack. Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. If you like the video, please hit like, subscribe and share. This is Alice Francis signing off.